welcome to another vlog here on the World of Coasters. Today, myself and Louise have travelled back to Suffolk, Lowestoft, England.
Lovely warm weather today.
Lovely warm weather. It's like just at the beginning of July, so could be nicer weather. Anyway, we're at Pleasurewood Hills, like I say, in Lowestoft, England. We're here for a great day. We're staying at a family chalet in Norfolk. And it's just a half an hour drive here, so we're always going to visit.
Every year, don't we?
Every year since 2016 we've been coming here. They've got roller coasters like the Vekoma Boomerang that is Wipeout. This is the last remaining Vekoma Boomerang in the UK, thankfully. And it is rough as hell. I do have the GoPro with us. I've actually got the max lens on it today, so you'll be getting it's only 2K, but it's the max hyper smooth with the horizon leveling. So I might go on this one first. Lou, do you want to actually brave this one? Just to see how intense a Vekoma Boomerang is. If I jump on it now, it looks like I might be able to get front row. There's absolutely no queue. So I will see you when I get on the ride. And like I say, I always say I'll never go on this again, but I always do because I just love torture. Oh, beautiful. Let's go, Wipeout. Smooth like a Vietnam. Right, so here we go, first ride of the day, Wipeout, the Vekoma Boomerang. The absolute abomination is a Vekoma Boomerang. Not a fan. One benefit is we're at the front, so it shouldn't be as intense on the way forward, but the back is a car crash. So got the max lens on, which will keep you level the whole way through. We'll do a full facing POV on the front line and I'll spin it round for the reverse. Louise is down there filming me at the moment. I'm not looking forward to this. This is literally like a car crash, this roller coaster. Oh my god, it's not good nice. Oh my god! Oh god, that was not nice. Spin you around now, give you the reverse view. You can see how much my head is going on this. It's not fun. Here we go. Just about to get to the top. We're going to disengage the dog. Literally the camera flipped! Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god! Beautifully smooth! Oh. So intense it just made the camera fall down. And bearing in mind this is a GoPro. Right, so the first ride of the day on Wipeout is done, and like I said before I went on it, every time I'm like, I'm never going on that again, but I always do because I've got a new GoPro or something like that.
Alright, cool, soft flex.
Well no, in all fairness, the last GoPro wasn't mine, it was Lewis's, but now we've got the Hero 9. We're going down towards Express, aren't we? Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Vekoma Boomerangs. Like that one originated in Glasgow, I think. It was like branded the Coca-Cola coaster or something like that. And then it was moved to
the Iron Brew coaster.
No, it wasn't the Iron Brew coaster. It was moved to the American Adventure up in the Midlands, and then when it got closed, it got moved down to here, where it's been ever since. And it's just not very smooth. I imagine if Vekoma redid the boomerangs, you have never ridden it. I've always told you it's very intense, and enthusiasts will say the Vekoma Boomerangs are very intense, especially those ones. They're so rough. Especially on the last bit of the Cobra roll on the way back, like you probably saw in that POV, my head just whipping.
Oh, it does.
Looks like the Pedalo pond has been closed now. It's gone a bit overboard. There's no boats on it. It's all closed off. At the moment, the chairlift is actually closed. Hopefully this will open later.
Yeah, but they don't normally open till later, do they?
Yeah, they don't normally open that one till later, but it actually Actually, it's quite a nice relaxing ride across, even though it is like you're going to fall out and die. So most people, when they come into this park, they head up to Wipeout, then they go to the other end of the park. Whenever we come into this park, we go past Wipeout and we head towards the Express. I hope it's open because there is not a soul around here. So this is why the Pedlos is shut. The pier has disappeared into the water. I can hear the Express running around the corner. They've actually got rid of the fireball. I think it was a Farbury spin and swing. I can't think what their actual name is. Is it an afterburner or something like that? That's gone. That was their last season. So yeah, I wonder if they're going to be putting some more investments around here, because that ride did kind of stick out with this themed area. But yeah, that's gone. Right, so the Egg-spress was a re-theme of the old Lady Bird roller coaster. It was the rattlesnake at one point. It's just a Zero figure of 8 coaster. This is a cloned model all over the world. However, the re-theme they did on this back in, what was it, 2018 I think it opened? It's actually really good. And they keep adding little bits like, yeah, they redid this one afterwards, this little food outlet. They've got this little sitting area. Yeah, little Dodgems and the Zampala right in front. We'll have a look when we get closer and get on the Express. For those of you who haven't been here before, here is a park map which just shows you what's going on. I don't think there's anything new for this season. Looks like the map's in a bit of TLC, so we're over by the Express at the moment. Coasters they got. Express, which is a Zero family coaster. You got Wipeout, which we've just been on, the Vekoma Boomerang, Cannonball Express, which is a Schwarzkopf coaster. It actually came from Belgium at one point. Marble Madness over here, which is a Mauer Wild Mouse coaster, and I believe that is all the coasters in this park. You got a little like train, and there's some pretty good flat rides here, and the Rootin Tootin Target Trail, which used to be Hobbs Pit, the scariest ride in the country. So here's the Dodgems Louise was saying it was re-themed a little while ago. The bumper car garage, this is like a junior bumper cars here, but it just received a nice like barnyard theme. The Loopings group seems to be very good at like making budget theming. The station for the Express over here as well is a barn theme, and I really like what they've done with it. It was, you know, this was standing but not operating for so many years before it reopened in 2018. So they're obviously not expecting him to be busy here. They've actually got weights in between to make it run a bit faster. Also helps with the social distancing. So interesting to see. Not really seen water canisters being used like that before. So we just come off of the Express there, just a walk on, basically the first train. We were second from the back, weren't we?
Yeah.
It's running really fast because they've got them water bottles in there. It normally runs quite slow this time of the morning. Yes, we got some water in the face. We're going to be heading around the back of the park now towards the Rootin Tootin shooting ride. It's quite quiet today at the moment, isn't it?
Do you know what I just thought?
What's that?
Do they have Tango Ice Baths?
Yeah, that shop should be open, yeah, possibly. It was closed due to social distancing, wasn't it? Anyway, the park hours today are 10 till 5. I don't know if we're actually going to be here all day because it's so quiet. So outside of half-term times, they're only open on the weekends at the moment. So you'd expect, yeah, it's quite a small park, and obviously they rely heavily on tourism from surrounding areas of Great Yarmouth and the holiday parks nearby. But you'd expect it to be busier, and it's not terribly busy. Like, it's by no means quiet. The car park's quite full already. but I don't think we're going to struggle to get any on any of the rides today. Don't know what we're going to be going on next, so let's just have a walk around until we find our next ride. So we're just approaching the Castle Theatre, which actually was painted up either last season or the season before, but it's already fading quite a lot, especially the sign in the sun. Also a sign here which says when you can get your meet and greets and all that. So you've got the parrot display and the sea lion. The sea lion show is very good, we'll probably look at that. We've only ever seen the parrot display once, so maybe we have to take that time into note so we can go to that later. Anyway, we're going to head down this path now. I think there's the I think it's called Wave Breaker. It's like a depth charge style ride, just like a flume. We'll jump on that and go from there. So here we go, the Wave Breaker ride. Like I say, it's just a little like flume ride, takes you straight down. You don't get too wet on it, and of course you're allowed to film on this one. So we will see you on the Wave Breaker. Here we go.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh my god, airtime. A quick ride on the Wave Breaker there. Apologies, the camera decided to fall down and just look at the ground for the tail end of that. Don't know why, but I just didn't do it up tight enough and it just kept falling down. It's done that on Wipeout already. Anyway, I think we're going to just wait for the train now. So they've got two trains here. They've got like the miniature train and the miniature train. So this is the miniature train.
Remember we saw it on there.
The big train, little train. One of the stations is over there and it's kind of in the kiddie area of the park. Has a few stops, we'll probably do a full loop on it. They've got a Punch and Judy over there. Have a look at that, that's pretty cool. So there's some entertainment around. We've got a little Zamperla flat ride there, which is like uses the same ride vehicles that you find on Hero, but based on a flat ride and also one of the ends for the cable car. So let's go over to the train now and jump on that. So like I say, this is the more kid area of the park. They've actually got some maintenance going on this little bounce tower here. They've got the flying jumbos, the rip off of the Dumbos, and the little tiny teacups, just some like little travelling fairground ride style ones. And like I say, the station for the train. But, good little park for all the family. So we're off on the Pleasurewood Hills Express. Well, that's what I'm calling it. I don't actually know what the name of it is. Gives you a full tour of the park. Like I said, there are multiple stops on this train. So there's a station just over back here. You can just about see it, kind of loops around Wipeout. Goes all the way around to Marble Madness. We'll do a full loop though, won't we? Just for a relax and a sit down, and then we go from there, probably Rootin, tootin. I do like that one.
Yeah.
Going past the old site of the fireball. They've still got all the foundations there, but it isn't there anymore. Just approaching the other station now, where we'll stop briefly and continue on our journey around the park. So we're now entering the more packed area of the park. I'd say this is where much more of the rides are, including this like Moby Dick ride. We got the Hyperdrive Dodgems, which our best ride of this was 2018 when they were broken. If you haven't seen that vlog, you need to. You got the Water Fun Factory over here, which was rethemed last year. We got a pot on here, which was actually featured by Pleasurewood Hills on their Facebook page. It's a really good pot actually in 4K, but it's got some nice theming on it now, and it's been renamed the Water Fun Factory. I don't know whether we'll be going on it today because this is a notorious super soaker, and it's by no means warm. We've then got the Sea Lion show, which is just down here, where behind that photo sign, and Marble Madness, which is the Mauer Wild Mouse coaster with the Break of Death on it, which we'll have to show and have a look and see if that's been repaired. Over this side, we've then got Smoky Joe's, which is our little smokehouse, and Rootin Tootin Trail, which is just down there on the side there. So there we go, the Mauer Wild Mouse coaster. I just want to see what the Break of Death is like, as we call it. The Break of Death being this break here. These are notorious on Wild Mouses for being a bit intense. In fact, here comes a ride now. Yeah, that's still quite, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it used to just stop on that break. Oh, that break's looking quite intense there. So lit since last season, which bearing in mind we were here last September, They put some fences up either side of here, and actually there's some theming along here now. They've actually got like a little facade of buildings along here, which is a nice little touch. Nothing too amazing, but it just adds. The go-kart track, which is on the other side of this fence, was ripped out last season, so hopefully site for future expansion. Now we can't see anything because they've actually put this fence up. So a lovely ride on the train there, just a little scenic route around the park. Like I say, that's one of two trains. We'll have to do the miniature railway later, as that's a good laugh. Anyway, we're going to go on a new ride, which well, it's not new, but we haven't been on it before. So over here you've got this like pony steeplechase ride, which no, it's one adult per pony.
No.
So we're going to jump on this, and then you've got this safari over here, which is like an old timer's car. Maybe we'll go on these just to get some new rides done. But I don't think there's like a height restriction. I mean, there are adults on here. Good thing about Pleasurewood Hills, they have all their height restrictions outside the front of the rides. So we'll see you on the Pleasurewood ponies. There she goes, she's off. She's off on Apollo. So these horses actually have names on their bum. Not on that side though, so when Louise comes round in a minute, we'll have a look. But you can actually put a kid up on these seats up here. It's a bit of a squeeze for me. Louise, how is it riding Apollo?
No hands.
Look, yeah, same no hands. There you go. It's just a simple little like steeplechase style ride. Yeah, it's just a new ride. I can literally hop off. There's no restraint on this whatsoever. Just a simple little track. From one new ride to another. So what did you think of the Pleasurewood ponies, Louise?
Amazing. I like them kind of rides.
It was alright. That's like they've got the Peppa Pig one in Portland's Park, which is like themed to George's dinosaur. But like I was about to say, from one new ride to another, we're going to go on this like old timers car style ride now, which is just safari. I don't know if there's much in the way of theming on it. It's looking a little bit barren. In fact, one of the wheels is just spinning on this one here. When we jump on this one, we should be able to get in the same car. I don't think the brake's working on that one. Right, so we're on the ride, and the headroom is a bit lackluster to say the least. These are very old timer cars. They're like themed to old Model T cars.
We're on the safari. I'd hate to do a safari in this.
Obviously you got the wheel. Oh my, it's a bit loose. And there is some theming along here.
Wild animals.
Okay, so we got our first wild animal.
That would not be in the safari.
So we got Rudolph on a safari.
Oh, looking a bit
worse for wear. Danger, do not feed the animals. Rudolph will have ya. We got some old theming here, just some like broken parts of the ride. And I do like that, that's quite good, using an old car. Here we go, it's more like it. So the lion.
very happy to see it.
Got some lanky long legs at the back. And we've got an alligator hiding down here. Oh, he's buried himself in the ground. Got the dried up river and the hippo that's
in the quicksand.
Yeah, he's like, help! Okay, so we've actually got a wild animal here, crow over there.
Or something of that
And a snake. Got another giraffe here. All the animals like sitting down in this place.
Or sinking into the ground.
Yeah. But yeah, we're having our nice little ride. Our car's struggling a little bit, to say the least. I don't know how well I could drive this because literally my head is in the roof. Got a bit of a boost there. Sorry, get a bit hasty on the accelerator. Our next wild animal, which is some type of monkey flicking his wrist. Like, oi oi sailor. And that brings us to the end of the safari. Does this have sensors, or are we just going to rear end the car in front? Oh no, there are sensors on it. There's the sensors literally there. So they're little kick plates. I haven't seen this in absolute years. These little tiny kick plates that basically make the blocks, and they're anti-rollback. So we've just got off of 2 brand new rides for us.
Lucas started a trend of male adults going on that pony ride.
Oh yeah, look, have a look at him, he's enjoying himself. He's riding Betty as well. She's a seasoned horse.
Yeah, she takes the whole weight, that one.
But yeah, the safari ride, Lou, what did you think of it?
I thought it was amazing. I think it was better than the Chesterton one. No, I'm joking.
It could use with a refurbishment. Like, I know those rides are nothing special, but
I love them. I love the like crappy rides.
I do like the old timer rides. They are really good. Could just use with some TLC, which, to be honest, I do feel, if I'm being brutally honest, some parts of the park here do need a bit of TLC. I do wonder if this park struggled quite badly during the pandemic, so we need to get out to these sorts of parks to just give them some income so they can do themselves up. But there are areas of this park which I feel have been neglected a bit. Yeah, there was a lot of like fallen trees and just stuff that looked a bit messy. That's just me being picky. I'm used to like proper prim and proper Disney parks, which you can't really compare this park to. It's still a great day out, and we do love the rides here. Don't get the wrong end of the stick here. We love Pleasurewood Hills. We're just theme park snobs. So they're running the Punch and Judy show now. I haven't seen one of these in years. Proper Punch and Judy. Look at that. All the show times. We'll film some of this for you.
I said cheerio. What do you want, Mr. Punch? I'm busy. I can't. I'm in the middle of a strawberry jelly. Yeah, what do you want, Miss Punch? You didn't tell me all these boys and girls were here. Oh, aren't they lovely? Oh, I like the man in the white top there with the glasses on. Isn't he lovely? I'll Snapchat you later. Don't you dare, Mr. Punch. I'm going to call a policeman. Bye-bye, boys and girls.
So it's great to see that they've got some live entertainment there. Louise has just shown to me actually they've got that just because it is the 356th anniversary of Punch and Judy. That's been running for a long time. Obviously not that one show, but like Punch and Judy bringing that like style of show for those who aren't in the UK. It's very traditional in this country at the seaside. And like I say, 356 years of Punch and Judy. Anyway, we're just walking over to this side of the park to have a look at this little Zamperla flat ride. As you can see, now that we've actually been to Flamingo Land, that uses a very similar like style of ride system to Hero, which is the velour roller coaster they got there. We'll give this one a miss, as I'm not really a fan of these, and to be honest, it's like, you know, just a flying ride. I don't know actually whether the cable car is going to be opening today. We'll have a look at the sign over there, and then we'll head round to Rootin tootin. Come back to this later on. It actually opens at midday. Because of the slow operation of this one, it can get quite a queue, so we'll probably do Rootin tootin. I think it's only about 10 to 12, so we'll have to come back and give this a bash later on, as it doesn't really go anywhere over to the other end of the park, but it's a good little ride, gives you a view over the top of some of the rides, and yeah, we'll have to jump on that later. Right, so over here is the sweet shop Louise likes. There's the Tango Ice Blast for like £3.50, the large ones. It's closed, sadly. No Tango Ice.
By the forest, it should go by first.
Anyway, here we got the Carousel here. It's an old vintage one, little Venetian Carousel, double decker, and this one is a laugh because they do some like modern music on the organ, which is quite funny. Let's have a listen quickly. It's more traditional today. Maybe they've got rid of the soundtrack they had before, but it was quite funny to like listen to it. So we're going to come back to Rootin tootin later on, as in just under 10 minutes time the Sea Lion show starts. So we're just going to go over towards to Marble Madness, which is where the entrance is. They run two shows of this today, which I showed earlier. I think it's at 12 and 3, and the Parrot show is 1 and 4. We'll probably watch the Parrot show later on, as we've only seen it the once.
Watch the 4 o'clock one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go over and see if we can actually get in. So behind me here is the new for 2020 re-theme they did on Timber Falls, which turned it into the Water Fun Factory. Looks like they've done some little touch-up work since we were last here. I think this fence is painted up, and these are definitely new. They're hiding little speakers with a soundtrack in it.
That's so cool, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea, and by the looks of it, they've actually got a marquee entrance sign. The Sea Lion show's back here, which also has a new sign just over here, but I'm loving the sign for the Water Fun Factory. Have a look at that. So the Sea Lion Splash actually had a sign above last season, but they've moved it back here now. The Loopings group seem to have done new signage for all their parks, Drayton Manor being a major example of this. But it looks like they go to the same company, it's all like the same style. I do like them. And it looks like the Sea Lion show itself has had a new backdrop put in. You've got this rock work back here. It wasn't themed up before and had a logo behind it. So let's find a seat and watch the Sea Lion show. So yeah, it's had a general upkeep along here. I'm really liking what they've done with it. Good to see that money's being invested into the park. It's pretty cool rock work. And we got, I believe, the seal down here is called Selena. They've got sea lions and seals. Let's enjoy the show.
So he's got to come back to his stand. Then he's got to pause. Big round of applause. Well done, Elmo. Good one. 2, 3, 4. Very nice. You've got one for the last one. 5. That was really good. Watch out, Selena. Very good, Elmo. I thought she might have put you off, but you didn't. He just gets too excited and forgets. Yeah, hang on, Dario. And sometimes he slides off. So you're going to hold on for a moment, and then we're going to have a nice big jump. Ready? Big round of applause. Well done, Dario. That was very impressive for a very small little sea lion.
So we've just come out from the Sea Lion show, and they've made loads of changes to that. It's a brand new show basically. As you saw, they've got more sea lions now. I think Elmo and Clyde and Selena were there, but they had this new baby one.
They had the baby last
Oh, did they? I don't remember. We did come last September. Anyway, the whole show's changed. It's really good now, isn't it? It runs about half an hour. And you can probably see blue skies. We're going to nip back to the car and I'm going to get the sunglasses out. You haven't got any though, have you, Lou? So we'll have to get her hat or something to keep the sun out of her eyes. The Jolly Roger drop tower, which is a Farbury drop tower over here, sadly is closed today, which is a great shame as this is an absolutely brilliant drop tower. I do love it. It gives some really good air time. I don't know what it is about Farbury, but they make incredible drop towers. Once we've got the sunglasses out of the car, probably going to stop off and have some lunch. We've still got loads of rides to do. Cannonball Express is down here. The Swarscroft, Water Fun Factory. Now the blue sky's coming out.
You can get our things out of the car.
Oh, Max? I haven't got them. They're back at home. We're going to get wet. But yeah, like I say, loads of rides to do. We got the roller coaster back down here, Water Fun Factory, Marble Madness, Rootin, Tootin, to name a few. Got the Power Show to do. Park's open till 5 today, so plenty of time to do it in. Let's go. With lunch out the way, we're now going to head round to the miniature railway and get that done. I've noticed it's been repainted to like an Amtrak, American train theme. Failing that, if we miss it, like if it just pulls away as we go, we go over to Rootin. We go over to Rootin Tootin. The weather has just taken a change, hasn't it? It's absolutely beautiful now. A little bit windy, but it's nice now. Blue skies. And the chairlift's going. Have to see if we can get on that later. Probably a huge queue for it. Just coming past the safari ride and the Pleasurewood ponies.
Loads of adults on this ride.
Yeah, I know, just on their own. Just
Granny on her own.
Granny on her own. And yeah, let's get over to the miniature railway. So we've just missed the miniature railway. It's just come around the corner there. You can see the alarm going off. So rather than waiting 10-15 minutes for it to do its loop, we go round to Rootin, tootin, get in the queue for that. So they've still got the pit stop snacks along here. The old go-kart ride used to be just down there. It's all barred off now. It was an upcharge attraction. But like I say, hopefully one day they use it as an expansion plot. They've still got pit stop snacks here where you can buy your food. It is closed today. Next ride's going to be Rootin' Tootin', which used to be Hobbs Pit, which was an absolutely terrifying dark ride which really didn't fit this park. Louis just posing with the shark. Oh, okay. Right, so we're on Hobbs Pit now. It's just a standard blaster ride. Actually uses the same ride system that, not the ride system, but the same blasters as Toon Blast at Chessington. So references to Sam Hobbs, which is the old ride, and uses the same targeting like Toon Blast, as I said. So no scorecards on this one. You get it at the exit as you come out. But there's some good theming in here. And obviously, for those who went on here as Hobbs Pit, we were lucky enough to go on this as Hobbs Pit on our first visit. Well, no, this ride changed a lot. It was a lot scarier back in the day. Sadly, the soundtrack is turned down on this one today, so you can't really hear it. It's kind of a bit quiet in here. So that is Rootin' Tootin', just a pretty simple laser ride, not a bad refee. So there's our reward. Absolutely nothing. There you are. Right, so we're just coming out of the Rootin' Tootin' ride, or if you look at the signs nice up and close, Sam Hobbs of Hobbs Pit. There's your reference to Hobbs Pit. This is the soundtrack which you couldn't really hear on the ride. I waited about 10 minutes for that, not too bad. So as you come out now, they reversed the entrance to exit. That was always the entrance when it was Hobbs Pit, but then they changed it. So this was the entrance, which is why the entrance is here. But the strange thing is you still got the photo opportunity here, so you can buy your photos, but you have to go in the queue to get them. Louise is sanitising, and a bit too much?
It's squirting.
So, not a long wait for that at all, probably about 10 minutes in total. It's running quite low capacity. I think they've only got 2, maybe 3 trains on that, as the scorecard only had 1 to 3 on it. But what do you think of it? It's quite well themed. Feels like it could have a little bit of upkeep to it.
Scorecards weren't updating.
Yeah.
We're not really bothered by that because I always lose anyway.
I wasn't really paying attention to score. Anyway, we're going to jump on the miniature railway now, and then the carousel, the old Venetian carousel. So here we are, freshly repainted for the 2021 season. Having a little Amtrak branding on it. That's good, let's get on the miniature railway. Right, so it doesn't take long to load onto the miniature railway. I always end up sitting like this. No one else sits facing the wrong way, but they have these little benches and I just face backwards for the thrill of it. But yeah, you get some pretty good views from here. Goes into the woodlands quite a bit, and actually it feels like he's going faster than normal.
It's all the way.
He's on a speed lag. Let's have a look. So from now on we go into the woodlands, where actually in the past few seasons they've had some theming, and over the Halloween period they've been known to put some like scarier theming in here. So let's see what they've got in here this time. Some of the old totem poles, some houses. So straight off of the miniature railway there, great ride through that, just a little sit down, and now Louise is chosen. We're going on the carousel, so we'll see you on the carousel. So on the Venetian carousel now, we didn't get any horses, they don't have any left, they're all taken other than these tiny ones that don't move. So we're in the teacup, which I don't actually think spins, just for safety. It's very cramped in here and it feels like it's going to fall off of its track in a minute. It's like very wobbly. So when we get off of this, we'll head over towards the chairlift to go over to the other end of the park. Right, so our next ride ride isn't really a ride, it's another transport ride if you're into Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's the old traditional chairlift, just takes us back over to the express area of the park. We're going to go do that if the queue's not too long. Then we've got to head over and do the likes of Marble Madness and all that, which is back over this end. So let's jump on this. So we've just come off of our second ride of the day on Express. We're going to head over to the other side of the park via the gift shop to see what they've got in there, whether they've got more merch, that sort of thing. Then we're going to go down past the Jolly Roger, get Cannonball Express and Marble Madness out of the way. I don't know whether we're going to do the log flume now, as it's cooled off quite a bit. Like, the sun is still out, but it's clouded over a bit and the temperature has dropped. And like I said earlier, it's a bit of a super soaker, that log flume, so we'll see and play it by ear. But now we're going to walk all the way around past Wipeout. One of the bad layouts with this park is you can't cut across here, you've got to go right the way around. But that's just how they've made this park layout, so it's not a bad thing really. So next up we're going to go into the gift shop and see what they've got in the way of merch for this season. I'm not expecting too much to change here, but let's have a look inside. Let's pop our mask on and go inside. So when you come in, you've got the Pleasurewood Hills plastic mugs here. They were a £5 and now they're only £3. And they've got the generic Pleasurewood Hills stuff. A lot of the loopings groups parks have these like stationary things with the logos on it.
Olivia. No, just the one you've got.
So overall, not a massive amount of new merch here, but they do have the generic stuff. There's some more Pleasurewood Hills stuff here, including some Pleasurewood Hills coasters down here. They're just £1.50. Some ID and wallet holders. Anything of interest there? Oh, a ruler. Pleasurewood Hills. So we just come out of the gift shop. Like I said, nothing too impressive in there, your generic stuff. To be honest, like the Loopings group seem to have the same merch across all of their parks, so you get like the rubber like stationery stuff and all that with the park logo on it. They have all that at Drayton Manor, don't they?
Plastic cups.
But plenty of selection. The prices aren't too bad. The only thing that I think is overpriced, they've got the stuffed toys. They've got the like sub mascots cheaper. They're marked down from £12 to £8. However, the Ronnie, which is in the middle, was it Woody? No, it's Woody.
Woody.
Woody. Oh my God.
Who is this guy?
Ronnie's one of the marked down ones.
Should I take over the channel?
Woody, however, is £20. That's quite steep, and he isn't much bigger. Anyway, we're heading over to the more action-packed end of the park now, where we're going to go on to the Cannonball Express and Marble Madness,
Dodgems.
the Dodgems as well. Rootin' tootin' again, yeah. Sadly, the Jolly Roger, as I said earlier, is down today. As it's down, well, it's down for maintenance. We were told before we came by a viewer who let us know through a Instagram instant message. Thank you for that. But it is a shame because, like I say, it is a brilliant drop tower. So just down here you can see the Cannonball Express, which, like I say, is a Schwarzkopf roller coaster. It was, I believe, at Plopsadepan at one point in Belgium, but it was moved over here and it's been here ever since. It just runs the one train now, as you can see, with 2 cars. Hopefully hasn't got much of a queue, and we'll be able to get straight on it. maintenance here. So one of the kicker wheels isn't running, but then down here is even better because the kicker wheel's totally missing. It's just spinning on its pivot. Highly maintained ride that this is. It's even crabby on the lift here. So we could probably use an overhaul this one. We might derail and die. At least they'll be on camera. Here we go. Viewers, Louise nearly had fucking a lovely padded seat.
I was here to give you a game.
So we've just come off of Cannonball Express, waited about 5 or 10 minutes for that, and I've got to say, it looks bad and it rides worse. Like, it's a Schwarzkopf ride, Anton Schwarzkopf. He makes amazing coasters, or made amazing coasters more, should I say. That one's just a little bit old and needs some maintenance. Like, it just looks like it's falling apart and there are bits missing.
I feel for our safety.
But that final brake run, I didn't catch it on camera because I was filming obviously the POV. Louise so nearly headbutted the seat in front.
There's a big gap between your chair
it just needs a bit of maintenance, that one. Give it some TLC, it could be a really good coaster. But it just needs money thrown at it really. Anyway, it's got warmer, so we're going to brave the log flume. We're going to regret it because we don't have any coats or anything like that. I think I'm just going to take my zip up off just so that doesn't get soaked. But the Water Fun Factory is a brilliant log flume. It's just a
it's kind of a front protection.
It's just a prefab log flume, but it's got some good theming on it now. So we'll get on this. I'll take you on with the GoPro, and we'll see you on the ride. So here we go. We're on the Water Fun Factory. I've already got a point of view on this one, so I'm going to be rotating the camera around everywhere. Just enjoy the ride and watch us get soaked. I don't want to get wet. Like, it's nice and warm now, but it's nothing too impressive. So. Oh my god, here we go. Oh, there's water running down my underwear! Here we go! Oh, no. Ah! Okay! Rather wet! I'm quite a bit wet from there. Oh my god! So we just got caught out by the boat in front that was going around there. Rather wet. Rather wet. Especially on this turn around here. Oh god. Let's get a reaction, guys. Oh, gonna have some braking. Hello? Hello? Oh my god. Here we go! Woo! Ah! Oh my god! It's like I've wet myself.
They got that wave though.
It's a great water ride, guys. Definitely one of the best prefabs out there in the country. God, I hope the sun doesn't go in. I'm rather wet. So we've just come off of the Water Fun Factory and I am soaked through. I don't know how well you can tell, but like the shoulder's wet. These jeans are a write-off. There's the original colour on the back. they're very wet. How, like, you're wearing all black, Lou, so it doesn't look as bad.
It doesn't.
It's the Super Soaker, isn't it?
You got worse than me. You were in the front though, weren't
Like,
you?
when we came down that first smaller drop, we went round the corner and then the boat from the second drop came down and caused a little wave that just went all over my lap. I don't know how much I got on the camera, but we're very wet. Thankfully the sun is out and there's no clouds around to cover it up, so we're going to dry off for a minute. Then we're going to head over to Marble Madness and get the Wild Mouse coaster out of the way. We're in the last hour of operations now, so probably get a couple of rerides, maybe Rootin, tootin, and the Dodgems. Darren Brown's Dodgems, yeah, I forgot about those. They're just over there, the yellow tent, you can just about see it there. So with all the fun of the Water Fun Factory, we have sadly missed the Parrot Show. It's gone 4 o'clock now, it's about 4:15 now. So we won't be seeing the Parrot Show for another year. I've only ever seen that once. Yeah, I do love it. It's really well themed. Like, you know, it's a budget theme, but it's really well done. Anyway, we're going to be going on to Marble Madness, which when we get off in a minute, I'll be able to show you. They've actually got a new sign over here, just a new entrance sign for it, even though the entrance is around the side here. Obviously, for those of you who have watched the channel before here, Marble Madness is infamous for the break of death. Which there's a couple on this, but break number 5, which is just here, we call it break number 5 because it is marked up with a 5, is the break of death. Let's see how hard this one hits it. Yeah, it just basically stops. So you've got to brace yourself at all times to be able to take you on this one, like with all the other roller coasters here. So we'll see you on the ride, guys. So here we go, Marble Madness, the now a Wild Mouse, just a clone of the likes of Rattlesnake and Sand Serpent. There's many of these all over the world. Just spin you around, because we have plenty of puffs of this on the channel, so just watch us get absolutely mullered by the break of death. Now the way you do this, ow, is you just make sure your feet are like touching, oh my god, the platform at the end. It's a very well maintained ride this, especially on the brakes, as you'll soon find out. Oh my god. So we won't use any of the trim brakes up here. Okay, right, no trims at the moment. We're just going to come up to the break of death. Here we go. Brace for a stop.
Oh!
It's just, even when you're expecting it, it is brutal. Next break is up here after this airtime hill. Woo! And just to like get your ribs. And I think there's one more at the end now. Here we go, bunny hop. Whoa! Whoa! Oh. Here we go, and we're just going to hop onto this last one and stop.
Okay, that one was fine.
This one's going to get you.
No.
This one. Oh. So here's the new sign I was talking about. I actually preferred the old sign for this. I'm not a fan of this new one. It's much bigger, but I'm just not a fan of the new logo. It's much better before. So we're not far off the last half an hour of operations now. So we're going to get the...
Longest we've ever stayed.
Yeah, normally we're long gone, but we got a dinner reservation at Toby Carver after this, and I want to add it's a Sunday, so got to get that Sunday roasted. Oh my god, there's a train coming. Let's get out of the way quickly. But yeah, we're going to go on the Hyperdrive Dodgems now. I'll take you on with the GoPro. We haven't been on this one in a while. When we went on it in 2018, it was suffering quite bad from bad maintenance, and it was laughable to go on. The ride-up was basically pushing the vehicles around, and but it was a good laugh. We had a brilliant time on it. Anyway, guys, we'll see you on the Hyperdrive Dodgems. See you in a minute. The Dodgems here is proudly sponsored by Darren Brown's Ghost Train, as you can see back here. Like I say, they have been maintained now and they're running quite nice and fast, as you can see. It's your standard cops and robbers, looks a bit like the Fifth Element, sort of like cars. But yeah, the train in the back is pretty cool. Right, so this Dodgems is one way, no bumping now, so it's a Dodgems, not bumper cars, which is sad. Louise here chased me. I am the taxi, she is the police. We got the GoPro, obviously, so we can film on this. Let's go. Oh my god, here we go. Turn the camera around. The great thing is about this hyper move lanes is I can literally turn the camera sideways and you'll still be level, like I'm holding the camera sideways now. It's such a boring Dodgems for the stairs, it's like... So it is sad that this is a no contact bumper cars. It really does take the fun out of it. Like, I can understand no head on collisions, but I just want to make a light tap with Louise, and that's not allowed. I'll get a driving ban. Oh dear. So we've just come off of the hyperdrive Dodgems, and I'm sad to say, I hate it when they say no bumping on the bumper cars. It's like, I understand you don't want your bumper cars getting damaged because head-on collisions really can damage them. Or even if they said like no aggressive bumping, like no side-ons or anything like that.
But good maintenance there. They really have.
They are running really well. But yeah, I just don't, I can't quite fathom it. They're made to be bumped into each other. They've got rings around them and everything. It's the point of them, you know. I can't do that in my car. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Like, I would like to see the return of bumping. Obviously, there's only 4 or 5 cars on there at the moment. I think they have a maximum of about 7 in total. So yeah, good bumper cars, but not good for the fact we can't bump. Anyway, we're going to get some re-rides on. We're going to do Rootin' Tootin' again. Won't bore you with the same footage, so we'll see you after the ride. Here we go. Oh my god! Oh.
Oh my god, my butt! Wow, we're going so far!
We're not going to stop, there we go. So you just seen that we've been on Wave Breaker for a second ride there. The time now is 5 to 5, and it appears that this park seems to run a policy where they must close the rides by 5 o'clock, because as soon as we got in the queue they closed the gate, and that was about 10 to. So we were just about to see if we could get a ride on chairlift back over to Egg-spress just to kill some time per se, but sadly it's already closed. I've got to say, I've had a brilliant day today. Like, it started off a bit slow.
Yeah, Luke was moaning that he wanted coffee because he's so old.
I'm so old, I need coffee. Coffee is like my lifeblood.
Adult juice.
But yeah, I've had an amazing day today, as always, with Pleasurewood Hills. It's a park we come to every single year, and it always lives up to standards. So right guys, we're going to end the vlog here. So had a good day?
Amazing day.
Amazing day. If you haven't, make sure you leave a like on the video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. We'll see you in the next vlog at Yarmouth Pleasure Beach.